Good morning. Happy Wednesday. In Springer versus the 7th Judicial District Court, the defendants have filed their reply to Springer's response to the OSC. So the judge identified issues that the judge was going to give Springer an opportunity to say why the judge is wrong, essentially. And then the defendants, the judge and the 7th Judicial District Court itself, get to respond to Springer and say why Springer's wrong and why the court is actually right. So the judge filed the OSC. Springer identified why he thought the judge was wrong. Now, I went through that. He fails pretty much on every level. Best case scenario, based on his brief alone, without the response from the defendants, best case scenario is the judge will allow him to amend his complaint to seek declaratory relief only from the judges, drop the 7th Judicial District Court, drop attorney's fees, drop any other monetary relief. So just declaratory relief, just against the judges, which I would like to see because, again, I would like to know if what the judges did was right or wrong or otherwise. I would like to know that. I would like some clarification from a judge that would say, hey, Mercedes Poff or whatever the hell her name is, like, you effed up. You can't do it this way. You violated his right of, Fifth Amendment, due process, whatever. You done did fucked up. I would love to know that. I don't think we're going to get there. But it is a possibility. Best case scenario, possibility. Worst case scenario, the whole thing just goes bye-bye, which is not unlikely. That is the most likely outcome, as far as I can see, is that the whole thing goes bye-bye. So the defendants filed their reply a couple days ago. I finally got around to reading it last night, and it is terabad. Everything that the defendant's attorney has filed has been freaking terabad, which is why the judge had to sua sponte identify the actual issues on why the defendants prevail. Their attorney fucked up. And so what do you expect from the reply? Well, you expect her to fuck up again. And lo and behold, she fucks up again. She does not address anything that the defendants raise as an argument, or that Springer raises as an argument. Nothing. The Supreme Court case that they raised, saying that said that you could sue for declaratory and injunctive relief. She doesn't address that at all. She doesn't say why it's no longer good law for this particular purpose. She doesn't address the 1996 Federal Judiciary Act, whatever it was called. She does nothing like that. She just cites some other cases, some lower court cases that say that the judges have judicial immunity and you can seek declaratory relief only. Congratulations. Completely non-responsive. As far as the sovereign immunity, hand waves it away. Does not address that particular section of the New Mexico Civil Rights Act that Springer's attorney raises. Does not cite to any district court case from the Federal District Court of New Mexico that's determined that the language that says that the New Mexico Civil Rights Act case has to be brought in a New Mexico district court. Cites none of them. Just hand waves away, says New Mexico has sovereign immunity and New Mexico hasn't waived their sovereign immunity. Problem solved, case closed. It's just a terrible argument. Now, what does it mean? What it means is it doesn't change anything. It literally changes nothing. Springer and his attorney failed to carry the ball. They didn't do anything. They didn't move forward with anything. Their arguments were trash. Their arguments were so trash that a first-year family law attorney out of California could identify your arguments trash. A jet-lagged, tired attorney, first-year family law attorney out of California, could identify that their arguments are trash. That's how bad it was. And so a non-response to a trash argument it just doesn't change the equation. Because Springer and his attorney failed to do what they needed to do to show how the judge was wrong, it's done. Most likely outcome is that the whole thing gets dismissed. Probably without prejudice. Probably, I don't know. I mean, it could go with prejudice, but I doubt it. I think it's going to go without prejudice, just in case. Slightly less likely is that the court will give Springer another opportunity to amend his complaint. It would basically have to be for declaratory relief only against the judges and the judges' staff, with no cause of action against the 7th Judicial District Court. That's basically what it would have to be. So, and you know what also is weird? What also is weird is why the court didn't identify that it has no federal cause of action against the 7th Judicial District Court. It only has the state causes of action. So that's kind of weird, right? That's kind of weird. And the court wasn't like, hey, we don't have jurisdiction over this because you haven't alleged a federal cause of action against the 7th Judicial District Court. And so and there's no diversity jurisdiction or anything, like there's no jurisdiction over it. Like had Springer, Freeman, whatever, alleged a federal cause of action, then he could also allege a state cause of action, and because the court has jurisdiction over the federal cause of action, they can hear the state cause of action if they want to. I mean, they don't necessarily have to, but they could, because they have that federal cause of action. But without a federal cause of action, I don't even know why the 7th Judicial District Court is even in there, honestly. But anyway. So the most likely cause or most likely outcome is dismissed without prejudice. The second most likely outcome is Springer gets the opportunity to amend his complaint. Again, it would just have to be for declaratory relief against the judges and the judges' staff. And the least likely option would be, that still has a chance of happening, is dismissed with prejudice. I would put it as 0.01. Judges can make mistakes, but about a 0.01% chance that the court finds that Springer's second amended complaint that it can proceed, because judicial immunity is a bar to suit, because the court lacks jurisdiction, because of sovereign immunity issues, and because of failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. So there's a lot of issues with it. The court isn't going to allow this lawsuit to proceed without, at a bare minimum, an amended complaint. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day.